What if I told you that sugar isn't the most harmful aspect of diabetes? It's the silent damage that sugar is causing to your brain and heart. Rather than excessive blood sugar, heart disease or stroke claims the lives of more than 70% of diabetics. Yes, exactly. Without any symptoms, your true danger can be accumulating inside your arteries at the same moment. The worst part is that it's not just sugar that causes it, it's also caused by bad behaviors, improper diet, missing nutrients, and a fourth, unnoticed culprit. However, it subtly accelerates cardiac damage. This may shock you if you believe that controlling blood sugar is all you need to do. However, how can you even tell if your heart is in danger without you realizing it? Before it's too late, let's identify the warning indicators. The majority of diabetics believe they will be able to detect any cardiac problems. However, what if the threat is already subtly accumulating within you without any discomfort, warning, or awareness until it's too late? In actuality, heart disease develops in silence. Furthermore, research indicates that almost 1 in 3 diabetics who experience a heart attack do not experience any chest pain at all. This is due to the fact that elevated blood sugar destroys nerves, including those that alert your heart to problems, in addition to the pancreas. Silent ischemia is a frightening syndrome that permits heart damage to occur in the background while you feel completely normal. It begins with too much blood sugar creating aging, damaging substances that cause your blood vessels to become rigid, fragile, and dangerously vulnerable to plaque accumulation. Your arteries constrict and harden as a result of this damage, a fatal condition known as atherosclerosis. This prevents your heart and brain from receiving blood that is rich in oxygen. Your heart must work more, but it begins to weaken rather than beat more forcefully. According to research, diabetics' even slightly elevated blood sugar levels start to alter the artery walls, triggering oxidative stress, inflammation, and harmful LDL cholesterol buildup inside the arteries. This strain eventually causes high blood pressure, heart failure, or an unexpected stroke, frequently without any prior symptoms. Most individuals aren't even aware that the fuse is lit, and it burns slowly. Although there are warning symptoms prior to a heart attack, they are frequently disregarded. You may experience a weird feeling of exhaustion, a tightness in your chest that comes and goes, or shortness of breath when climbing steps that you used to do with ease. Some people have back, shoulder, jaw, or neck pain. Not the typical chest ache you may anticipate. You may experience lightheadedness, nausea, cold sweats, or perhaps just a strong feeling of dread or impending doom during the attack. It's also important to pay attention to any aftereffects of the event, such as chronic weariness, swollen feet, a fast heartbeat, or difficulty breathing when at rest. These don't indicate aging. They are pleas for assistance from a heart in need. What can you do to stop it before it hits? Keep an eye out for minor adjustments. Abnormal EKGs, elevated LDL, low HDL, elevated blood pressure, or even protein in your urine. These are silent but unmistakable signs that something is wrong with your heart. The frightening thing is that you might never find out if you're not actively checking. Because the damage is already done by the time heart disease and diabetes make noise, they are referred to as silent killers. Now that you are aware of the warning signs, let's explore the heart-healthy habits you can adopt and the ones you should avoid. The first is habits, or do's and don'ts. Get moving to start your day. Sounds easy, doesn't it? However, this minor habit serves as a potent defense for diabetics against a quiet foe that lurks inside their arteries. According to research, engaging in moderate physical activity for just 30 minutes each day can increase insulin sensitivity by as much as 40%. Indicating that your body processes sugar more efficiently, reducing heart pressure. Burning calories isn't the only goal here. In order to prevent fatal blockages from forming undetected, it's important to reduce blood pressure, reduce inflammation, and maintain blood vessel flexibility. Imagine sitting motionless while your arteries gradually tighten. Could you be experiencing this silent harm at this very moment? Avoiding sugar isn't the only way to eat for heart health. Your dietary choices could mean the difference between a ticking time bomb and a protected heart. Diets high in antioxidants, fiber, and good fats lower LDL cholesterol and prevent oxidative stress. The unseen antagonists responsible for diabetic heart disease. Consider the potential of common foods like avocados, almonds, fatty fish, and vibrant veggies, which have been shown in studies to reduce the risk of heart disease in diabetics by 30%. In the meantime, sugary drinks and processed foods covertly introduce chemicals and hidden salts that stoke vascular inflammation and cause harmful rises in blood pressure. What if you were being betrayed by your favorite snack? Although it may not appear relevant, stress management is a secret weapon your body uses against itself. Your body releases a lot of cortisol when you're under a lot of stress, which causes your blood sugar to rise and your blood vessels to narrow, which softly squeezes your heart. According to studies, diabetics who practice stress reduction techniques like deep breathing, meditation, or mild yoga on a daily basis reduce their risk of heart disease by 20 to 25%. Ignoring stress might be the final piece needed to solve the jigsaw of heart health. Now, what must you absolutely avoid? Never neglect your prescription. It's like dropping your shield at the worst possible time when you neglect to take recommended medications, particularly blood pressure or statins. Even short pauses can raise inflammation and cholesterol levels, raising the risk of heart disease by more than 40%. Are you taking an unintentional risk? Although smoking is clearly bad, its effects for diabetics are considerably more heinous. Because cigarettes speed up glycation, sugar molecules adhere to bad cholesterol, which causes plaques to adhere in arteries to constrict more quickly than in people without diabetes. The risk of vascular disease and heart attacks is tripled by smoking. And secondhand smoke poses a fatal risk as well. Is your heart being subtly poisoned by its surroundings? Finally, don't undervalue inadequate sleep. Regularly getting less than 6 hours of sleep has a devastating effect on blood sugar levels, leads to unnoticed nighttime blood pressure rises, and damages your heart without you ever recognizing it. Chronic sleep deprivation has been linked in studies to a 50% increased risk of heart disease in diabetics. Could sleepless nights be the hidden enemy of your heart? The future of your heart is shaped by your habits, but what you eat can have a significant impact. Let's investigate the foods that cause harm and healing. Food to consume and avoid is number 2. First, let's talk about what to eat. Despite their rather commonplace appearance, oily fish like sardines, mackerel, and salmon are vital heart-healthy hidden weapons for diabetics. These fish, which are rich in omega-3 fatty acids, lower triglyceride levels by up to 15 to 20% and prevent harmful inflammation. Imagine your heart relaxing and your clogged arteries gradually opening up. Additionally, these fats increase insulin sensitivity, which improves blood vessel protection and sugar regulation. But watch out, picking the incorrect fish, such as farmed or high-mercury varieties, could backfire and poison your body, damaging your heart in the process. The potency of leafy green veggies should also not be understated. Swiss chard, kale, and spinach are leafy greens that aren't just for salads. Within their leaves, they conceal a potent cardiac protection. Nitric oxide, which is produced from their high nitrate content, relaxes blood vessels and enhances circulation. 1 cup every day can reduce your risk of heart disease by 20%, according to studies. Additionally, their high fiber content controls blood sugar spikes, which lessens the strain on the fragile arteries in your heart. Could your best-kept secret to preventing heart disease be this easy green habit? Nuts, particularly pistachios, walnuts, and almonds, rank third on the list of foods that are essential to consume. These tiny, crispy, and powerful treats are loaded with antioxidants, magnesium, and monounsaturated fats that increase good cholesterol and combat bad LDL cholesterol. According to research, diabetics who eat nuts on a daily basis experience a 25% decrease in cardiovascular events. Additionally, they avoid abrupt spikes in blood sugar that silently harm your arteries by slowing down digestion. But exercise caution. An excess of nuts might throw off the balance because they contain extra calories. Portion management is therefore essential. Let's move on to the hidden hazards you need to stay away from. First, avoid processed meats. While they may seem appetizing, sausages, hot dogs, and deli cuts are high in saturated fats, salt, and preservatives that increase oxidative stress and cause fatal artery plaques. A 2017 study revealed a startling 42% increased risk of heart disease for diabetics who regularly ate these meats. These sweets aren't innocuous. These quiet killers are concealed in your refrigerator. Second, avoid sugar-filled drinks, such as those natural fruit juices. Disguise themselves as harmless, but their effects are deadly. They raise your triglyceride levels and produce fast surges in blood sugar that put stress on your heart. The risk of heart disease is increased by 27% for diabetics who consume only 1 sugary beverage per day. Is there a secret fire burning inside your vessels being fueled by that cool beverage? Last but not least, while refined carbohydrates like white bread and pastries may be easy, they cause a lot of problems for your body. They generate harmful post-meal blood sugar surges that harm your blood vessels because they break down fast into glucose. High consumption of refined carbohydrates has been linked in studies to a 28% higher risk of heart disease in diabetics. These are not nourishing foods. They secretly set the stage for catastrophe by betraying your heart. Your heart is fueled by food, but occasionally your body needs an additional push. Let's find the greatest supplements that actually work. The third best supplements. One of the most effective treatments for diabetic heart patients in the United States is omega-3 fish oil, such as Nordic Naturals Ultimate Omega. It lowers triglyceride levels by up to 30%, promotes arterial flexibility, and lessens inflammation. A significant benefit for diabetics generally. A therapeutic amount of 1,280 mg of EPA and DHA is provided in each serving. According to American Heart Association research, it can improve insulin sensitivity, lower the risk of sudden cardiac death, and decrease the accumulation of plaque. Here's the twist, though. In those who are susceptible, taking more over 3,000 mg daily may cause severe bleeding or arrhythmias, interact with blood thinners like warfarin, or dangerously thin the blood. The sweet area is therefore evident. 1,000 to 2,000 mg every day under a doctor's supervision. Next, for people on statins, which frequently deplete this important enzyme, CoQ10, and Canol Ultra CoQ10 in particular, stands out. Low CoQ10 in diabetics with cardiac issues frequently causes exhaustion, muscular weakness, and sometimes dyspnea. In patients with congestive heart failure, supplementing with 100 to 200 mg daily improves the ejection fraction, lowers oxidative stress, and replenishes cellular energy in the heart muscle. That isn't conjecture. Within 12 weeks, clinical trials demonstrate a 40% improvement in endothelial function. However, taking more over 300 mg per day may cause sleeplessness, minor upset stomach, or decreased blood sugar levels, which may become hazardous when taken with diabetic drugs. Therefore, even if CoQ10 is mild, it shouldn't be used excessively. Lastly, a highly absorbable type of magnesium, magnesium glycinate, has quietly emerged as a hero supplement in the field of diabetic cardiology. Brands such as Doctor's Best High Absorption Magnesium have a relaxing impact on insulin pathways, blood vessels, and nerves. They are particularly helpful for people who have arrhythmias or leg cramps at night. Magnesium deficiency is commonly observed in diabetic individuals with heart problems, which can exacerbate insulin resistance, hypertension, and nerve damage. It has been demonstrated that taking 200 to 400 mg daily can prevent cardiac arrhythmia episodes by up to 35% and lower systolic blood pressure by 5 to 7 mmHg. But pay attention to the warning indicators. Diarrhea, an irregular pulse, or even low blood pressure can result from taking more over 500 mg. To encourage sound sleep and normal blood sugar levels throughout the night, this supplement is most effective when taken in the evening. While supplements help your heart from the inside out, these essential tools provide you daily control over your health. Fourth, essential gadgets. Blood pressure tracker. It's more than just a machine. On your shelf, it is a silent lifesaver. This FDA-approved device should be owned by all diabetics who are at risk for cardiac problems. Why? Because high blood pressure, which is present in 73% of adults with diabetes, is a hazardous combination that can suddenly and silently harm the kidneys, heart, and eyes. The most accurate and widely used home blood pressure monitor in the United States is a digital upper arm monitor. Both households and hospitals trust brands like Withings BPM Connect and Omron Platinum. Sit quietly for 5 minutes to use it. On the left upper arm, wrap the cuff. Press start while maintaining the arm at heart level. Take readings twice daily. Once in the evening and once in the morning before taking medications. Optimal BP undermix. A reading above this indicates that your heart is working harder, which raises your risk of heart failure or stroke. Ignoring these daily numbers is like ignoring smoke before a fire. Continuous glucose measurement device. Without requiring a single finger prick, this little patch shows you what's going on within your body around the clock. A1C readings are 0.5 to 1% lower among diabetics who use CGMs, with fewer silent heart-harming blood sugar surges and troughs. The majority of U.S. pharmacies carry CGMs, such as the Dexcom G7 or Freestyle Libre 3, and Medicare covers them. Simply position the sensor on the rear of your upper arm and connect it to a receiver or smartphone. Every few minutes, you will receive real-time glucose trends. The catch is this. The majority of heart attacks and diabetes are caused by atherosclerosis, which is brought on by oxidative stress brought on by fluctuating blood sugar levels. Watching those statistics live helps elders prevent sugar surges after meals or during the night when the heart is most vulnerable. Most people are unaware that a supposedly healthy snack might cause their blood sugar levels to rise alarmingly. These mysteries are revealed by CGM. Heart rate monitor with pulse oximeter. Unbelievably exposing in a straightforward clip-on. This tool aids in the detection of hypoxia, which impairs cardiac function, particularly during illnesses or sleep. Silent hypoxia is common in older adults with diabetes, particularly if they also have long-term COVID or sleep apnea. Most U.S. retailers have reasonably priced choices under $30 from brands like iHealth and Zacurate. Clip it onto your index finger to use it. You will see your heart rate, oxygen saturation, and SP2 in a matter of seconds if you sit quietly. An SP2 in good health should remain over 95%. It is a warning sign of inadequate oxygen supply to cardiac tissues if it falls below 92%. Low oxygen can exacerbate heart failure and cause arrhythmias. This would be surprising to most diabetics. Yet, thousands end up in ERs each year with unrecognized low oxygen levels at home. While having the appropriate resources is important, maintaining heart health over the long term depends on the daily lifestyle adjustments you make. 5. Modifications in lifestyle. Is your next heart attack being subtly fueled by your plate? Starting now, what lands on your fork can either protect or destroy your heart if you have diabetes.